Hey everybody, and welcome back to the shop. Today I want to do the Lowe's Black Friday sale for you. As you can see, I've been to the store, I got a few items, but let's go to the computer and let me show you what the sale is all about, and then we'll come back down and we'll take a look at this. Okay guys, here we are at Lowe's Black Friday sale. Still says the early Black Friday, which is fine. We have pretty much everything we need here. These bubbles here, you know, Lowe's Black Friday sale is for the whole store. So we're going to go to the tools section here. And then I'm going to start at power tools, batteries, and chargers, because that's where the BOGO stuff is that I think a lot of you are interested in. Let me move me out of the way as best I can. So as you can see, we have Craftsman, Cobalt, DeWalt, and Bosch participating. And DeWalt is participating 3 times because they're overachievers apparently. But I'm going to explain how this works first. These are BOGO sales, means buy one, get one. And for all of these battery types, what you're doing is you're buying in Craftsman's case here, 1 4 amp hour battery, and you're getting a free tool from a list of tools. In Cobalt's case, you're getting 2 4 amp hour batteries for $149 instead of $99, and you're getting a free tool. Now with DeWalt, for $449, you can get 2 of their XR. I'm not a DeWalt guy, so apologies for you guys. I know they have a couple of different battery types, and I'm assuming that's why we're looking at a couple of options. But 2 8 amp hours and 3 tools, or 2 4 amp hours and 1 tool, or, because they got to do it all, 2 5 amp hours and 2 tools. This one is $299. The 2 batteries, 1 tool is $199 and $449 for the XR8 amp hour batteries. Now, how does this work? If you're in the store, it's easy. You pick out whichever battery you want from all of these here, and there'll be a list, a big banner in the store telling you what tools you can pick up for free. You take it to the register, they ring you up, and you're going to pay the $99, $149, $449, $199, or $299. You're going to get the tool in essence for free, and the batteries are what you're paying for. Now, how does this work if you're online? It's a little trickier, so I'm going to go through it on Craftsman. It works the same for all of them. So I'm going to click Craftsman here, and I'm going to say add to cart. And you're going to see it populates a reciprocating saw. Now, if you want the reciprocating saw, you're in good shape. If you don't want the reciprocating saw, what you have to do is say view cart. And as you can see in your cart, they're going to show the reciprocating saw, but then they're going to show edit selection. You click edit selection, and what you get is a list of tools. And it's a fairly nice list of tools for $100. You know, these are probably the entry level. If Craftsman makes more than one, you know, say jigsaw here, this is probably the cheaper or entry level one, probably brushed. I don't see what it says here, but you know, I'm not an expert at Craftsman, but that'll be the cheaper of the 2 or 3 if they make 2 or 3. Same with the circular saw down here. This is the 6.5 instead of the 7, 7.25, whatever they make. But it's $100 and you're getting a battery and a tool and a charger. So that is a pretty good way to do this. Now, all of these BOGOs, while I'm talking here, I'm going to go ahead and do the DeWalt 3-pack. I want to make sure you can swap out on this one. So let's add this to cart. Now, these BOGO sales, I am not the biggest fan of them anymore for me personally because, well, let's be honest, I have a ton of, yeah, so it says select up to 3 items here. So there is a way to go change this one as well. And in the store, you know, you just go pick it. So what I want to say about the BOGO guys is if you are new to a battery power tool system, this is a great sale. You can go out and get yourself a battery, a second charger, a second battery, and a tool that you might need. Let's say you bought the drill and driver kit. That's always what you should buy for your first tool in the battery kit, because it comes with a battery or two and the chargers. And then, down the road you decide you need the jigsaw. You could either buy the jigsaw as a tool only because you have a battery, or at this time of year you could buy the battery for the price of the jigsaw, pick the jigsaw as your tool, and you get another battery and another charger. So you're moving better into the system now with a couple of chargers and a couple of batteries extra. You're doing good. That's great for people getting into the systems. Somebody like me who's been doing this for 6-7 years now, I got more batteries than I need, and I got all the tools I need. So for me, it's 3 or 4 years of running those batteries dry, and then I'll be back in the system picking batteries up again. But, so it's hit or miss. So what do you do if you are at Lowe's and you want to shop Black Friday, but you don't need a battery or a power tool? Well, let's go back to the beginning here, and let's click Tools, and let's look at the hand tools this time. Now, I can't cover every hand tool on this 7-page thing, but I'm going to run through all 7 pages really quick and touch on certain items. There's going to be several socket sets for sale, and some of them are savings of $50, $120 in the case of this one. I don't know if this kit ever sold for $219, but at $100, all 3 of these look pretty good. You got to pick and choose which one has the tools in it you need. They have they have box end. This one's a combination with ratchet at the end. $60. If you're into Cobalt, go ahead. Some Overdrive Craftsman stuff. This set of 5 pliers here, these are not high-end by any mean, but they are good. Meaning they all have good jaws on them. The handles feel good. I know this because I own it. I bought it 2 years ago on Black Friday, and I have a toolbox, one of those nylon toolboxes that has 5 pockets on the side, and they sit in each one, and I use them around the house all the time. Simple tasks around the house. That set of pliers is perfect. Buy it as a homeowner. Put it in your junk drawer if you have to. They'll be there. They'll last you forever. I use them. I personally use them, and I like them. And I have another set of Doyle tools that I keep in my shop that I believe are better than these, but these are fine for homeowners' use. You're going to see some Klein stuff this year in the cardboard displays. Klein is in Lowe's pretty prominently now. Their screwdrivers are I think top notch. This 2-pack for $15 is pretty good. I have a 2-pack that I really like by Quinn over at Harbor Freight for $4, but trust me, this Klein is a much better set. more socket sets at different sizes. Jurgensen's clamps are on sale all over. All of the Jurgy clamps are on sale. You're going to see a lot of knives in the boxes. More Klein. I'm just going to kind of scroll through this quickly because I want to show you all 7 pages, but I really can't talk about everything on all the pages. I'm going to talk a little bit about this 4-inch Jurgensen clamp. If you know me, I like the Harbor Freight clamps, but not everybody has a Harbor Freight. Most people are near a Lowe's. I think these 4-inch are really good. Spoiler for when I get to the end of this video and show you what I bought. I bought 2 more of these this year. They get into they're a little bit easier to get into places. I mean, I love the Harbor Freight. The Harbor Freight 6-inch are $3. These are $6 for 4-inch. But that extra 2 inches, normally when I'm using this size clamp, it's to put 2 pieces of 3/4 inch material together, so 4 inches fine. Moving through this list, these look like they were pretty good quality. I have a couple pair of the cheap Harbor Freight free ones, and those handles break. I might go back and pick this set of scissors up. More Klein stuff, more Cobalt, the Klein impact sockets. It's only $5 off. I would just buy them when you need them. Anvils, of all things. This 3-pack of little razor knives, I think I'm going to go pick one up and throw one in the glove box of each of my cars. At $10, it's worth it just to know I have it. Moving on quickly here to page 3. Another anvil, a knife. You got some vices going on here. I didn't see a woodworking vise. They do have the metalworking vices. More Klein tools. Klein is pretty prominent here. Pretty prominent. They're a pretty heavy-duty electrical company, from what I gather, and they have here their plastic-coated tips for electrical use. Klein screwdrivers, or no, that's, excuse me, it's orange, but it's Vevor screwdriver set there. Oh boy, they got all kinds of things on sale. As you can see, you're going to have a lot of boxes to walk through and look at. There's just a ton of stuff. Klein is now making a razor knife with the holding blade, kind of like the Milwaukee. Nice option there for $8. Another anvil, another vise. I didn't see anvils in the store when I was in there, I'm going to be honest with you, but they're probably not in the cardboard box area. They must be somewhere else in the store, but they're definitely here. A little bit of Spider on the sale here now too. Spider is something that they do have some bits and blades. I did buy a hole saw set from them years ago. There's a woodworker's vise. The old 7-inch at $157 for a 7-inch cast iron vise, guys. That's not a very good price. I hate to say it. I would pass on that. There we go. That's page 5, page 6. Okay, another anvil. I think those anvils might be repeats, but you know, I think we're getting to some tools now that are not in the cardboard boxes. They're just, you know, they're just on sale as part of the sale. They could be in other parts of the store. Yeah, this anvil's got to be a repeat. How many times can you show an anvil? They can't have that many. I didn't even know Lowe's sold anvils. So that's the whole 7 pages of what they call the hand tools that are on sale. You know, I think the website might be a little screwed up here. Some of this stuff isn't really part of the sale, but you know what? They do have a lot of offerings in the aisles in those cardboard containers. I would just walk the aisles. That's what I did. And, you know, buy what you need. I mean, don't just buy things because they're on sale. Buy what you need. That's what I did. And you know what? Let's go downstairs to the bench and I'll show you what I did buy. All right, now that we've looked at the sale on the computer, I got my little Lowe's cup here. Got that going. First item in the bag. Let's take a look. These here, I did not see these guys on the website. These are a 3-pack of well-packaged, collapsible, magnetic parts holders. So it's a magnet there. You can stick this to the wall. You can throw screws in here and they'll stay in there. They're awesome. And they collapse down and they stack for storage. So you can just put all 3 of them together. They store away nicely, but when you need them, pop them open, throw your screws in there, your parts. If you're taking something apart, use all 3, get the parts together. Great item. These were $10.78. All right, guys, the next thing I got is a cobalt knife. I'm kind of a knife guy, and the reason I'm opening this next so I can use this to open the rest of the packages. I'm not a knife aficionado at all. Meaning I use them as tools. This was $10. The most I ever spent on a knife was $30, I think. The Harbor Freight one that was on sale. And that's a nice knife. Don't get me wrong. It's probably the nicest knife I own. Cobalt knife, $9, $9.99. I think it's $10. Like I said, I collect inexpensive knives and use them as tools. And this is, you know, $10. It's a usable pocket knife. As a matter of fact, it is going in my pocket right now. Now let's see what's next. I mentioned these in the video. I picked up 2 of these 4-inch Jurgensen, the Jurgi 4-inch F-clamps. I love, and I mean I love, the 6-inch Harbor Freight F-clamps, but not everybody has a Harbor Freight, and most of you have a Lowe's. Jurgensen is in Lowe's now. They make a 6-inch as well, but the 6-inch is 10 bucks on sale. These were 6 bucks on sale. The Harbor Freight 6-inch is 3 bucks, even less than that on sale. I don't find much difference between the 6 and the 4-inch the way I use them, because mostly I use a clamp this size to put 2 pieces of 3/4 inch material together. So I'm only using about this much of it. And they're a little bit easier to get into places at the 4-inch. I bought 2 of these last year on the sale. I got 2 more this year, so I have a pack of 4 of them now. I probably won't buy any more because I have a Harbor Freight, and I have a ton of Harbor Freight clamps, but I think a couple of these 4-inch Jurgis is a good option. All right. I took a chance on this because I liked the way it was presented. It is obviously a 27-piece ratcheting bit driver, and it has Phillips and slotted. It has a large selection of square drives, which I'm happy about. It has all of the Torx, and it has up to 3/8 in Allen. And it has this bendable thing in the middle, and it comes with a case. I'm not going to bother opening this for you. You know what a ratcheting screwdriver looks like. It's from Cobalt. It's going to go in my toolbox upstairs. The last item in the bag is a Klein item. I picked this up because my Klein, or not my Klein, my Harbor Freight tester kit to tell me if it's live failed on me while I was doing some basement stuff here, and the battery corroded. It got all gummed up inside. It wasn't the tool's fault, honestly. It was me storing it for a very long time with batteries that gummed the whole thing up. It's nice to have a voltmeter. I own a second car that's an older Mercedes-Benz. It's a toy car. It didn't cost much money. It's not fancy, but it's fun. But it's having some electrical issues, and I've been using a meter that we have at work, and now I have my own, because this kit comes with the meter, the outlet checker to just make sure you're all correctly wired, and it has this little light checker too as well. So it's a 4-piece kit from Klein. Klein is very well known for their electrical stuff, and this was 40 bucks. So, you know, not cheap, but for what you're getting with a good meter, I thought it was worth the price. And I gotta tell you right now, I gotta change every outlet in this room because I just remodeled this room, and all of the outlets, the sheetrock guy, for whatever reason, he buried the outlets. There used to be beadboard on the walls here and a drop ceiling, and I went sheetrock everywhere. So now that my outlets are embedded about 5/8 of an inch, so I gotta pull them all out and I gotta mess with them all. So it's good to have the electrical pieces. Bag is empty, but I did get one more thing from Lowe's, and I'm going to pull it up here now. Kind of the big ticket item. It is the Klein work table. Their actual name for it is folding workbench. I'll be honest with you, I own the Craig folding workbench, if that's the term, and I don't like it. It's up in my storage unit, and I'm going to leave it there set up because I don't like unfolding and folding that thing because it pinches your fingers. And to be very honest with you, it's really, really heavy. This one is much lighter, has a nice handle on the end, and it was 100 bucks, so it's 30 bucks off. I'll let you know if it's worth $100. I'm going to do a review on this one, so you'll know when I do the review. So that's what I got at Lowe's, guys. Happy shopping. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.